Sagan and Kwiatkowski, the biggest rivalry of this generation. So here we go. Strade Bianche, 2014. Peter Sagan, general legend and Slovakian champion, and Kwiatkowski. So you saw straight away, huge attack by Sagan. Kwiatkowski follows, gets onto his wheel, goes past him and is like, alright mate, let's go work together. So here we go, we skip from there to the final 1 kilometre. So here we go, those are the chasers, Cancellara and some other lads. And here we go, Kwiatkowski and Sagan up towards Piazza del Campo. And we have Sagan trying to lead it out. You can tell he's a bit tired. He looks weaving across the road, looks a bit bad. Look at Kwiatkowski in the drops, ready just to launch. And here he goes. He absolutely lights it up. Sagan's just struggling. He knows he's lost, and Kwiatkowski goes flying past. Lots of people noted on that day that maybe Sagan did too much work. Kwiatkowski sort of mugged him at the line by basically not doing as much work. He looked a bit fresher. He looked more dominant. He looked more in control than Sagan. He looked like he was the more alpha bloke there and controlling who was doing the pulls. He looked like he had the measure of him. So like if Sagan was doing a weak pull, Kwiatkowski would on purpose come around a bit harder to make him really suffer. You can see Kwiatkowski still thinks maybe he doesn't have it in the bag, but he definitely does. Look, cheeky look around. Takes this last corner, better not crash, mate. Here you go. Takes the corner, easy. And into the light he goes, and he's going to win. Strade Bianche 2014. Sagan looks pretty pissed off because he came second last year, and he's second again. Kwiatkowski almost crashed his bike, but who cares? He's won the race. So that was the first encounter of them together, really, where they came first and second. So we'll move on to the next one, which is the World Road Race Championships. Now, this is more just to highlight that I do like Sagan, because most of the other videos, Kwiatkowski does come up on top. But here we go, Sagan up Libby Road, I think it is, as he's smashing. Kwiatkowski, as you can see, is now on the right, struggling. He wasn't really a cobbled. I don't think he had many cobbled classics before. He's more of an Ardennes rider, but he's good at both, like Flesh Wallone, etc. But he can do both. Here we go, Sagan absolutely crushing it. We got the whole vid here because it's just such an... I love this. I mean, he's just powering over the top. No one can hold his wheel. Kwiatkowski's in the group behind. Here he goes, Aero Tuck. And this corner is absolutely nuts. Like how fast he takes it is crazy. But as you can see, he's just gapping people on the descent. No one's going to hear him. Kwiatkowski's in the group behind. I think that's... Or it's definitely Van Avermaet, I can't remember. I think it might be Bosenhagen trying to get bridge across. But anyway, Sagan takes that corner incredibly fast and just gets those puppy paws out and just absolutely dominating. After like 250k, there aren't many people stronger than Sagan, and Sagan's just perfect TT position, just rolling. You know, got decently sized gear, big gear to be fair, but he's just, you know, flying. Look at the GPS data. 40 k's an hour. I mean, it's not that useful. I'd like to see its power, but you can see he's chucking out some big watts. big watts. And Sagan is just, I don't know, at this point I'd say Kwiatkowski is sort of struggling in the group behind. He's not really doing much. Sagan's just high cadence now, to be fair. Very, like, it's just so much power he needs. Chucks his water bottle, saves that like 200 grams or whatever it is, with a bit of water in it. And got the other one just in case he needs a bit of sugar water down him. Oh no, he's got rid of both. Lost a lot of weight there. The other two are messing around. You can see Spain are trying to do a lead out, but Sagan's just absolutely flying up this hill, just destroying people. I'd say at this point, I don't think anyone really could have beaten Sagan, like, no matter how good they were. I think he even unclips at one point, because he's just... I think he unclipped there or something, because he's just... but he still managed to win, because he's just got such good power, and, like, his legs... I don't know, they seem, like, very big for a cyclist. You know, I mean, apparently he does a lot of strength work, but you sort of tell he's a big bloke. Like, when you look at him on the bike, he sort of dominates the bike, and Kwiatkowski's sort of group behind. You think he's on the left, you can see in the Polish champions kit. And Sagan, look, there he goes, unclips his pedal as he chucks it onto the big dog and sprints up the hill on his S-Works tarmac. There's absolutely no one coming close. Here he is. Apparently he's training before this. He was hitting some incredible numbers, but we can't see it. And they had a little interview with Sagan's coach this week on Cycling Weekly, and apparently, well, the training he does is good, but, like, I don't know, they don't really want to say too much about his training, which is a bit like, come on, mate. spill the beans, spill the beans, spill the hot sauce. But yeah, here he goes, trying to be a lead out behind. You can sort of see they've given up. Tom de Moulin's there. I think it's a GB rider. I don't know who that is, but anyway. Sagan is now just giving everything he's got. I think he knows it's in the bag, to be honest. There's no one's really going to catch him from here. You can tell, everyone knows. And Kwiatkowski, I mean, you can't really spot him. Like, he did decently. Maybe it's not his course as much, because it's not really hilly enough for him, maybe. But, I mean, I think him and Sagan, Kwiatkowski and Sagan are very similar riders, obviously. As you can see from this video, because most of the races that Sagan and Kwiatkowski do well, and they're together normally. But I think maybe Sagan's a bit more of a pure sprinter than Kwiatkowski, and Kwiatkowski can obviously climb with the best. So here we go, E3 Harelbeke 2016, up the Harelbeke Strade. And it's like, it doesn't seem that much of a hard climb. I mean, if you did an isolation, you could probably go pretty fast up it, but the difference is they've done probably 230, 240 Ks. No, I think the whole race is maybe only 240, so they've probably done like 210 Ks, which is a lot of Ks. Race pace, Stannard struggling at the back, Set Van Marker, Ollie Nason on the left, and here you go, Kwiatkowski lights it up, just has it smashing. It's probably about like 8%, he's probably going 25, 30 Ks an hour up this. Quick step, trying to get across Trentin, Sagan straight on that wheel, straight on it. Both of them look pretty comfortable. None of them look like they're struggling too much. People behind, look how hard they're trying compared to Sagan. Sagan and Kwiatkowski, like, they look like they're trying, but it looks like sustainable, like they could hold this. Well, the quick step people have surged massively to try and get it across, and you can see they're really hurting now, and like the lactate's coming up, and then Sagan's like, alright lads, let's go, let's party lads, let's absolutely smack it. Puts in it and just sprints up. You can see like the sort of way he flicks his bike, he's got a lot of energy left. And Kwiatkowski's like, oh shit, so, I gotta go with Sagan again, I'm worried. Because everyone thought, I thought as well, to be fair, when I saw this race, that Sagan would just outsprint Kwiatkowski, because we all know Sagan's the better sprinter, but Kwiatkowski just, I don't know, he's got this way of doing it, and look, you can see the difference in speed and the difference in energy. All these people are suffering. Look at BMC, man, look at Van Marker, look at Nason, they're all just struggling. I think that was Daniel Oss at the back, but Sagan and Kwiatkowski look pretty confident here. The nutty Belgian fans, gotta love them. But yeah, this is, I think that's Jasper, no, that is, Jasper Stuyven, who just did a massive pull to try and get Cancellara across. So that was a good ride from him. Stuyven's definitely a bloke to watch. I think he'd just won Brussels-Kona the week before or something. No, or something like a month before. But anyway, here they go. The two lads on the flat, Kwiatkowski, Sagan, ahead of the race. And you can see they're sort of talking. I mean, I guess they probably both speak Italian, they both speak English. I mean, it's like got a lot of similar languages going. Actually, I'm not sure if Kwiatkowski speaks Italian. Anyway, got some good combo. Both in their little low cleats, both absolutely smashing on the flat, probably going at 50 Ks an hour here. And you can see they've got a good gap. I mean, what's his name? Oh, fuck. Dutch national champion. What is his name? Nicky Terpstra, who won Paris-Roubaix two years before this, in 2014. And he's trying to get across, but to be fair, like, there's no way you're going to get across to Sagan and Kwiatkowski, really, once they've let that gap go out so far, because they're just so strong together, like, pulling big turns. They're both got very good time trials when they need to be, but both solid endurance, and they both work hard. Like, when they need to work hard, they work hard. And anyway, here we go. So we're zoomed on to the last kilometre. So you can see Flamme Rouge, well, not really Flamme Rouge, it's more white, but anyway. So Sagan's on the front, Kwiatkowski's playing the team card game, as he has Stannard in the group behind him. And Sagan said this in the post-race conference, where he was like, Kwiatkowski was sort of mugging me off a bit, because he didn't have to do as much work, because he had Stannard behind him, and Sagan was sort of complaining, because obviously Sagan's often on his own. But anyway, Sagan's leading it out, because he didn't really have a choice, because Kwiatkowski's, so he's got the dream. Look, there's the Luke Wanty Group Gobert fan. I tell you about that every episode when I do the Spring Classics, but he's always there. Anyway, Kwiatkowski lights it up. You can see, look how energetic he looks. Sagan's like chosen the wrong gear, just looking like he's quite despondent. Looks like he's not going to win. Kwiatkowski's still sprinting. Doesn't realise Sagan's not on his wheel. Just sprints all the way to the line and just absolutely takes it. Just easy as. That shocked a lot of people. Because people, I don't know, everyone just guessed that Sagan will win, because he's Sagan, he won the World Championships. year before, and he's just one of the best riders of the current generation. So here we go, we're now into Tour of Flanders 2016, 33k out, almost pretty similar. This is would be 240k's in, because I think Flanders 270, and you can see Kwiatkowski is just gone. There was a lot of regrouping. Stanner was in the brakes, so Sky didn't have to chase. A lot of other people had to chase, and you can see old Cancellara got his man Stein de Volder on the front, offers him handling. He says no. Kwiatkowski just flicks that elbow out. Sagan's not having it, mate. I'm pulling too strong. But he keeps going. He's absolutely smashing on the front. Probably 5 Hunchkis there, minimum. And like no one's coming across. And then eventually Sepp Van Marke makes the bridge, I believe. So we're now going to skip across to the Kwaremont. Last time up the Kwaremont. And Kwiatkowski is on Sagan's wheel. And this is where you can see that Sagan just has a different class on the cobbles, in my opinion. Compared to Kwiatkowski, especially on these really short, punchy climbs. So the Kwaremont, a decently long climb for cobble classics, but it's still a lot shorter than what Kwiatkowski often is. Well, so we've got Van Baal, we've got Kwiatkowski, we've got Sagan. So look, you can see Kwiatkowski's tiring a bit. Van Marke goes round him, and look, he's really dropping the wheel now. He's just dead. Look, cadence is still alright, to be fair. VT's at the back, and you can see Sagan's just chilling, looks pretty chilled. Everyone else is really suffering. They've got the pain face on. Sagan just does a bit of Chris Froome staring, making sure he's going over some good cobbles. And now Van Marke's doing a weird line, and look, you can see Kwiatkowski's dying. The Monte Group Go Bear Man came round him, and yeah, this is an incredible place to ride. It really is, the Kwaremont. I loved it when I was there. And it's a lot steeper than you think, actually, but it's still not. I mean, it's still, yeah, it says 11% max, but on the cobbles it's hard to get the power down. You can see that Kwiatkowski is just really struggling. I think Geraint Thomas is coming across, but yeah, or maybe it's Luke Rowe. I think it's Luke Rowe, actually. But yeah, Kwiatkowski is struggling. Look, Cancellara's caught up to him. Yeah, I think that is Geraint Thomas. Then Cancellara just goes around him like it's just sort of standing still. He's a bit of an amateur. But he's just struggling. He can't even get hold the wheel for Cancellara. Terpstra struggling to hold the wheel, and you can see the two strongest people really on the day were Sagan and Sagan and Van Marke. Cancellara maybe he was the strongest, but he didn't play his cards right at all, because he didn't let Stein de Volder get him across. He should have gone across with Van Marke and Kwiatkowski, and then they definitely would have had the easiest. They easily won the race out of them four, but instead he didn't. So we keep going over the top. The Kwaremont, that map pretty much flans off until after you get to the village. It's quite chill, so you can see the speeds going up. They just keep motoring along. Kwiatkowski is well gone. Sagan's driving the race. Sagan's in control. You can see here Sepp Van Marke struggling. It's like this is shaking. Like Sagan has such strong core that he just keeps it pretty still. To be honest, he doesn't move very much at all. He's normally on the top, on cobbles when it's steep. But when he's really driving it, he gets onto the hoods and just sort of launches it. But you can see he almost stays in the saddle the whole time. Same with Cancellara. Cancellara really always holds the tops when it gets a bit bumpy, and he always stays in the saddle and just spins good cadence. And that's really how you want to ride on the cobbles. You can see Sagan has put a big gap into everyone else. Kwiatkowski's relatively far behind, but he's still in contention. The problem is I think he just got so tired working with Sagan. Sagan was definitely the stronger rider. But like on other races, you could see Kwiatkowski was the stronger rider. For instance, Strade Bianche, and maybe he was doing more pulls than he should have done in this race, Kwiatkowski. But anyway, Sagan's about around the top. So here he goes around the corner, takes that right, takes his bead on just now, and there he goes, getting the cheer on from the lads. And here we go over to the Paterberg. Paterberg's down a descent, and it's pretty much straight up. Van Marke's grinding away. This is a classic. Everyone looks at this and says, that's why you shouldn't grind. Look at him. He's just like, I don't know what he's doing. He didn't want to change down gear because it's too much torque. I don't know. He wasn't in the smallest gear. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, he looks like a complete idiot. Sagan's just spinning up the climb. I mean, spinning. He's 80 cadence, but that's still big torque, because he's probably hitting 6 to 800 watts. It's big. He's hitting 6 to 800 watts at 40 cadence or something. What? I don't even know what's happening. Anyway, the Paterberg, Sagan's flying over the cobbles. The cobbles here are quite bad. Not incredibly bad. Not as bad as the Koppenberg, but they're still bad nonetheless. Rounds the corner, takes the descent, And here we go, final couple 100 meters. Sagan is just still TTing away, but the other two just had no chance, to be fair. He had a decent... The gap looked like it might go out quite quickly, but it didn't. It stayed stable about 10 seconds, I think it was, and then eventually Sagan just held the power, and the other two sort of failed, and I don't know. Van Marker looked like he was going to get dropped on the flat almost, because he was just so tired going with Sagan the whole time, because you think he hit a bridge, and... while Kwiatkowski started the move, so he's going to be even more tired than Kwiatkowski. Plus, he stayed longer at the end. So there we go. Sagan chucks in a wheelie at some point. Here he goes, pretty happy. Ruined Cancellara's day, but that is the life. And here we go, Milan-San Remo 2017. Big race. So you can see Skyer on the front, Tao Geoghegan hot, smashing it. Kwiatkowski is behind the lads, and Sagan straight on his wheel. Bahrain Merida rider, I think, is Nibs. And it's not fast enough. You can see Sagan slowly moving up, and here he goes, absolutely smashes it. And straight away, the Bahrain Merida guy, I don't know what that's showing, Bahrain Merida guy, I think that's Nibali, I can't remember, but everyone knows, right, this is the wheel to go. And Kwiatkowski posted power data, and he basically did 600 watts after doing about 400 watts up a climb, which is pretty insane. And then after like 280k or something insane, and you can see Alaphilippe straight on his wheel. I don't know what Sagan's doing there, maybe radioing, seeing who's with him, but he's flying. This is a fast climb. This is like a 30-35k an hour. When he attacked me, he's probably going 40k's an hour minimum. So there's a lot of draft on this climb. It shows you how much power Sagan has, that he could put that gap in on a climb which isn't super steep, and maybe that really suits him. Not so steep, punchy climbs. You see Sagan's still driving on the descent. You can see he puts a lot of pressure on people who try and hold his wheel on the descents, because he's just got such better technical ability, like the bike handling, it helps him a lot, and I think he wears people out a lot, especially in the sprint classes where there's a lot of windy roads, and he can really just save as much energy as possible, because he can go faster into the corner and leave faster, so he needs to accelerate not as nearly as much. And here we go, round the corner, and they're all on. Kwiatkowski's just off the back, but he's about to sprint back on. And now we zoom into the last kilometre, where we have an 18-second lead on the front three. And the thing is, Kwiatkowski's like, yeah, I got sprinters back. Like, do I really want to work? Not really. Alaphilippe's like, yeah, got Gaviria. They'll probably win this sprint anyway. So Sagan, it's up to you, mate. And Sagan's like, well, I've got no one. I don't think anyone made it over from Bora, which is a bit sad for him. And he was leading it out. And you can see it's like there's a lot of motos around. But he's got a good enough gap. They all know they're going to win. It just depends who. So you can see there's a bit of a gap between Sagan and Kwiatkowski. That's just so you can accelerate. Because if you're right on the wheel, then it's quite hard to accelerate if Sagan starts moving or doing whatever. So it's better if you leave a slight gap. Not too big, but just a big enough gap so you can accelerate and get up to speed by the time you get on past his wheel. You still get a draft because they're still going probably 40k's an hour. I mean, it looks like they're sort of soft pedaling, but soft pedaling for them is like 300, 350 watts. Like, it's not like 460. But anyway, Sagan lights it up, probably too early. Look, big gap. Kwiatkowski's waiting, accelerating, and now, boom, he goes, trying to get through a very small gap. Then he just takes it on the line, almost crashes. They're all going for it, and Kwiatkowski gets to the very end. He saved enough energy. He followed wheels. He used his team. I'd say that's the main thing I learned. You'd learn from Kwiatkowski. He uses his team as much as possible. He doesn't need he wants to win. He doesn't want to show that he can pull hard, so he won't pull if he doesn't need to. And when he does pull, and he only had to pull, for instance in Flanders, he messed up. And I'd say on the short punchy climbs, Sagan definitely has the edge. But Kwiatkowski if he can follow Sagan on the punchy climbs, then out-sprinting, he can definitely out-sprint Sagan after like 270k in a classic. Thanks for watching. See ya.